Welcome to Monday's Market Outlook here at Wealth Creation Investing. Matthew Buckley, the Chief Investment Strategist here at WCI, and we go higher, folks. After last week's just slew of macroeconomic data, which turn out to be really the Goldilocks, kind of an overworn statement on Wall Street these days, the not too hot, not too cold macroeconomic data. Well, that's kind of a really good description of what we saw last week, from ISM to housing to a Fed meeting to the ECB meeting to the Goldilocks to the zombie jobs report that we saw on Friday. Yeah, the unemployment rate ticked down, but more people are leaving the workforce. More college students are unemployed. Just a slew of good, bad, and other economic data. And what does that mean for us? Well, folks, it means we go higher. As you can tell, based on our mid-June near-death experience with the Fed, how dare they consider not propping up the stock market, we've melted up. And that's what we're going to do until the Fed steps off of the accelerator and gets out of capitalism. We melt up. You can't fight $85 billion a month in liquidity being pumped into this market. And literally until that bartender, Ben Bernanke, fires a shotgun into the air and then points it at the crowd and says, "Get out," is that going to happen. This week, really, after last week, it's all quiet on the Western Front here. We got an ISM non-manufacturing PMI, biggest one-month move since April of 2009. So add that to the really bad economic data, really good economic data, really down the road economic data that we got last week. So, kind of a yawn here. We also got GDP last week. So I forgot to mention that. And of course, as you all know, or actually you probably don't know, since the financial media and the liberal media won't cover this, the way GDP is calculated was changed by the administration. And my Top Gun options traders and Wealth Creation with options traders know this, but standard Obama administration, if you can't hit the ball over the net, lower the net. So they lowered the net, and obviously GDP came in where it did, but it was more or less, as we know, GDP was essentially negative last, when you break it down by component and net, it was actually negative. So that's bad. We more or less opened a little bit down today and flat. Why? Well, don't forget, folks, that Sunday nights, obviously Asia opens, here in the United States, obviously Sunday night, and we tend to Monday morning see a little bit of a market move based on what's going on over in Japan. Top Gun options traders know that the Abenomics experiment over in Japan and their own Bank of Japan and their Bernanke, his name's Kuroda, and his easing. So our markets are kind of casting an eyeball over to Japan to see how they're making out with their own quantitative easing efforts and how their economy is looking as well. So as I said, we're going to melt up. Just did a nice weekly option session over at Top Gun Options. Got two new trades on, one on the SPX and one on Goog. Just got filled on a primary trade alert, bull put spread on Apple. Looks like our interventionalist White House got involved in a patent dispute on Apple. And take a look at Zero Hedge, folks, and see the breakdown in campaign contributions between like a Samsung versus an Apple. And hint, Apple's donated a hell of a lot of money to this administration. So I wonder why they overturned an international trade ruling against Apple. Folks, make sure you join us tonight over at Top Gun Options at 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. Don Prattle from Trade Monster is going to be joining us and giving us a demonstration of the Trade Monster platform. So make sure you stop by tonight, check your email. Going to be an exciting webinar, very powerful platform here, folks, especially their live action tools. When I was the managing director of strategy for a $2.5 billion vol arb trading firm in Chicago, the tools that we used were about the same. These actually, the tools that Trade Monster puts out a little bit better, if not a lot better than some of the professional level tools I saw during my time in Chicago. Unusual activity, volatility, fundamentals, technical. You can set up your own scans. I love this unusual call and put volume, where you can see, look at this. The average call volume of Broadsoft is 325 calls. There's 4,410 of them trading hands right now. That's nearly a 1,400% different. Something going on in broad. This is a great place for me. I find a lot of potential trades in here. So make sure you stop by tonight and check out our Trade Monster demo. It's always good, especially if you use the platform, because it's like flying the Hornet. Every flight up until my last one, I learned something about the airplane, and I do this every time with our Trade Monster presentations as well. All right, guys, I got to run. Got to get out some trade alerts and get ready for the day. So happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll be back over at Top Gun Options tomorrow with our sit rep report. So make sure you go to topgunoptions.com to check it out. We'll see you.